Hello. Yeah. So myself, Preeta, I'm from NICT. Today we are going to start MS Excel batch. Okay. Yeah. So we begin Microsoft Excel. So let me introduce about first Microsoft Office. So in computer, if you want to carry any official tasks, like for example, I want to prepare letter, I want to maintain my accounts, resumes. So it's like for our personal work plus to do all official task, accounting work, creating documents, preparing official letters. Then for conducting meeting, we want to create presentations, or we wanted to store records, transactions. We want to maintain employee data or product information or student information. So if you go to, like, if I take any organization, whether it is profit, like kind of organization, so whatever their daily activities, for that I can use MS Office. So MS Office is widely used throughout world by all kind of, like, whether it is small scale unit or larger unit or MNC company. So if you go to any area, any business line, so in all kind of organization, departments, education, training, hospitals, schools, research, so by all kind of industries, business, they can use MS Office to carry or to perform, to record their daily activities. So here in Microsoft Office, like uh, under Microsoft Office, so I just type the content in Notepad. Fine. So my name is Preeta. I'm from NICT. From this institute, we are giving training for you. And your topic is Microsoft Excel. So before that, we'll introduce Microsoft Office. In that, the current version, what we are going to use is 2016. So in that, MS stands for Microsoft. So it's a software unit company which produce the softwares which is based on Microsoft Windows operating system. Yeah. So I could see your message. So Microsoft Office is an application software, and it is released by the company name that is called Microsoft. So MS stands for Microsoft, and it is a software company, and they release lot of products like Microsoft Windows, but it is an operating system, and Microsoft Office, it is an application software. Like that, you know that in browser they have introduced Internet Explorer, Microsoft Internet Explorer. Like that, in database servers, SQL Server. So like that, a lot of products they have introduced. So in this, we are going to work Microsoft Office. Under that, your syllabus is Microsoft Excel. So then by the name itself, you can understand it suits for office. So if you take any kind of organization, any kind of uh, business unit, where whatever their daily activities, in that if they want to computerize, or if they want to do something through computer, they wanted to complete their task using computer. For example, the uh, starting from creating documents and letters, business correspondence letters, maintaining accounts, maintaining employee data, and for conducting meeting, they wanted to use presentation. So for all this, these are all basic activities. So for all, they can use MS Office. So I can tell MS Office includes these packages, that is Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, then Access, you have Outlook, you have OneNote, etc. So you have Publisher, Microsoft Publisher. So these are all various packages we have under MS Office. So MS Office includes these packages. Fine. So under MS Office, we have these packages: Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, Outlook, OneNote, Publisher, and another one or two tools are available. So, and I said it's the product released from Microsoft company, and it is what kind of software. So to learn that, what are the things we should know? So I can tell MS Office is an application software. So it is called as application software, and it is end user software also. Means it has to use, it's very simple, but it is very powerful tool. Means it has lot of tools in it which can be used by all business organizations. So MS Office is an application software which is based on Microsoft Windows operating system. So if I want to use Microsoft Office, I need to work on Windows operating system. So, so this software is, Microsoft Office is released for Windows, Mac OS. Then you have for even Android. So you have even in mobile also nowadays here you can use MS Office. So it's a Android based release. So, but if you are using in desktop or laptop, so that releases, it's based on Windows operating system. Okay. So now briefly we will tell. So I said what are the activities happen in an organization. So we have first thing word, which is in it's a text processing package. Anything you want to type and you want to format, you want to align and you want to take printouts, then you can use MS Word. Means any official or personal documents, letters, resumes, you can prepare using Microsoft Word. So I can say this is used for creating letters and documents. Documents and letters. So anything which you have to type and you want to take printout, that is more based on text content. So then you can use Microsoft Word. So we can represent Microsoft Word as a text processing package based on text. Any whatever thing you want to do, you want to type, you want to align, you want to make a small invitation card, small brochures, memos, official letters. So all you can type using or you can prepare using Microsoft Word. So we can consider it is a text processing package. Okay. Second thing, Excel. So this is what you are going to learn in your syllabus is Microsoft Excel. So it's actually released to do all accounting and financial tasks. There is a major purpose why they have introduced to the market. So accounting in the sense, not only the financial terms or transactions, every transaction, every process you do, billing, purchase, product, sales, any activities which you wanted to record, you wanted to store, you wanted to analyze, you wanted to organize the data. So today, for example, today how much sales overall I got, or how much uh, things we spend today, how much, what is the expenses of our organization, how much income we collected. So everything you can store. So first thing, we can store data. Plus, once I store, I can say in Excel I can store huge amount of data. After that, in that data I want to do any calculations, I wanted to organize them in different way, which we say reports. I can generate various types of reports, accounting work, financial task. Now, if you see in the versions, even not only accounting, financial, even you can use for engineering calculations. There are some formulas and functions you have. You can work for engineering calculations. So from small scale unit to large scale enterprises, any sort of organization can do their accounting and financial work in Excel. Plus it can be used as a, it can be used for data analysis and data comparison. So now you can use Excel for doing accounting and financial task. Plus it can be used for generating all kind of reports. So we say MIS reports. So that is the important thing which you will find more job in the industry. Like you have to present the data, you have to such a way so that they can analyze, they can compare, and they can take all business decision, how to improve your business, what problems we are facing, how you can solve. So all this we say uh, analysis and data analysis and data comparison. So all this you can easily do by using Excel. So I can say here it is mainly used for data analysis and data comparison. So in detail, we will discuss about that. So I can use this for data analysis and data comparison purpose. And mainly, I said it's used to carry all accounting and financial task. Okay. So next is Access. So this is another package in MS Office, which is mainly for storing data in form of tables. So we can say it is a database management system program, but now it's under the category of RDBMS. We say relational database management system. So about relational, like what is that extra, that word relational, so that we will give information later. So it's database management system. Its main task, this program itself, for storing huge amount of data, and it becomes like a container to store data, and which can store and give back the data to different applications, and from the applications it can collect and store the data. So for maintaining, like I have all the college students, I have to store their personal detail, their course detail. So if I want to store, for example, if I take our institute, or if I take a college in an organization, educational organization, I have to keep track of all the records of students, so who are already completed, who are all joining. So everything I have to retain for long time. So if you want to store huge amount of data, then you can use MS Access. So to store and maintain records in form of tables. So for storing records, I can use, maintaining the databases, I can use MS Access. The next is PowerPoint. So PowerPoint is, so as the students, you will be knowing that you have seen presentations, or even you have created for your project work. So PowerPoint is for creating presentations, which can be used for meeting or training purpose. Okay. So creating on-screen presentations, which you can run in the projector machine, on the system, on the TV. So using any of the electronic device, you can play your uh, created presentation. As a video also you can convert. So it's for creating presentations. For particularly, it is used for conducting training and any kind of conferences, meeting. So instead of when I'm explaining, whatever I want to write on the board, or whatever I wanted to give you the details, I want to note it, make you to visible. So those things I can organize into presentation file, which you can run in the projector, or on the TV, or on the any on your desktop screen. Okay. So next, Outlook. So Outlook is another package which is used for sending and receiving mails. So now we are conducting meeting through Zoom or many other apps. But before, for conducting online conferences, meeting, call a person through email, through the mail you wanted to give a invite him for a meeting, and you want to maintain all the contacts of yours. For all, I can use Outlook. So in a business organization, if they wanted to send and receive mails with more security, without using browser or any other thing, directly they can configure the mail account with Outlook, Microsoft Outlook, and it is very end to end encrypted, and only the uh, viewer and sender can be on that space. And second thing, as I said, it's used to create a meeting, conferences and meeting. For that purpose, they have introduced Outlook. So it's main purpose is to send and receive mails. Emails, conducting meeting, online meeting. So for all, I can use Outlook. Then OneNote. So some content, suppose I have some content in Excel, or I have some content in Access, PowerPoint. I want to share with another application, or I want to combine the data from among these groups like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access. I will take some information from different packages. I will combine, I'll prepare a note and which I want to send through to the other application. So then I can use OneNote. So it's something like where you can assemble your content, you can organize the information which you have taken from different group, and you can prepare your note and you can send for a different application, or within the MS Office application, or you can share. And the last one is Publisher. So here you can publish your Office documents on online. Means before, if I want to send, for example, if in my company or in our organization, if some process, some business processes happen, which I want to inform to the head office or branch office, we will be preparing Excel file or MS Word file and will send to the mail. Then they will receive them, they will open the mail, they will check, then they will give the confirmation or some acknowledgements or something like after that, whatever the next process will continue. But if I want to share online immediately, if the transaction has happened, my other people like who are all related to that process, they have to see immediately. So for that, they have introduced Publisher. So your like for our company, we can make a group, we can have a login in that, you can publish your documents. At the same time, other viewers, other users of that, they can see immediately. So for that, we use Publisher. So means we can share your Office documents like Word file, Excel file, PowerPoint, Access, Outlook. So whatever files we create, which if we want to share to the business group, it is possible through Publisher. So these are all things are possible with MS Office. So MS Office, it's very simple. MS Office is considered as one of the application software and which is released by the Microsoft company, and it is works or it's run based on Windows operating system, and it's mainly introduced for carrying all official tasks. But the thing is, I said it is nowadays it is used by all the organization. There is we cannot tell it is used by only the business or finance or sales or purchase. It is used by all sort of companies. It is education, fashion designing. So it is a science oriented thing, or medicine, hospital. So if you go to any organization, there will be a usage of MS Office, particularly with Word, Excel, PowerPoint is widely used, even Outlook also. So there is other alternative for Outlook. So we will not give more stress, but Word, Excel, PowerPoint is used everywhere. So if you want to get a job, you have more opportunity if along with your qualification, plus if you have this, you can easily improve your career. So here in your syllabus, you are going to learn MS Excel. So we have said, just I'm giving the review. Word is for preparing all documents and letters. And Excel is for, it's mainly introduced for doing all sort of accounting and financial tasks. Then Access is used as a database management system. It's mainly for storing databases, huge amount of data for a long time. You can use Access. Then PowerPoint is for creating presentations. Okay, so I made it here wrong. So it's for creating all presentations. So Outlook is for sending and receiving mails, online meeting, conferences. Okay. Okay. It's for conducting. Okay. When you are conducting a training or meeting, you can use PowerPoint presentations. Fine. Okay. So now, so you can see like various different versions of MS Office is available, but what we are going to learn is based on 2016, and you have the latest one, Office 360. Okay, so initially it is released, MS Office is released in the year like 1987. So from that period onwards we are using it. So your first release with MS Office, so from the year 1987, and we crossed various versions. So initially it is like Office 3, then MS Office 5, 7, then we got of MS Office 95, 97, 2000, 2003. So these are all, it's released in that year itself. For example, I say MS Office 2003, it is released in that year 2003, and plus the version also they have made it as 2003. So 2003, then you got 2007, 2010, 16. Now you got 2019, plus the latest one is 360. So these are all different versions we have. So what is version? So there are more releases, but I have mentioned only which are the things we need to work on it or we need to know. So from 95 I'm writing. So Office 95, 2000, 2003, 2007, 2010, 2016, 13 also you have 16, then 2019. So the latest release is Office 360. Okay. So these are all versions or the based on the market requirement, they are keep on upgraded that software. So it's 2016 is also standard one which you can use. So every like based on the user requirement or business requirement, based on the research conducted in the uh, market, they will be improving every time. Like whenever we need a new tool, our business, when the businesses keep on growing, there will be lot of new activities and new requirements. So based on that, the software will also get updated. So in that, these are all versions of MS Office. Okay. Now we come into the picture, MS Excel. So in one word, if I wanted to tell Microsoft Excel, so technically speaking, it's called electronic spreadsheet program. So it is one of the package in MS Office. So Microsoft Excel is part of MS Office. So we call it as a package or a tool. Okay. For it's used for account to perform all accounting and financial task. Okay. So we can say MS Excel is an electronic spreadsheet program. So here, if I wanted to tell features, so it's used mainly. So there are like for every package, when they release the software, there will be the important reason why they have introduced, or what purpose it is introduced. So I said it's to perform all accounting and financial task. Okay. So here, the main reason why we need to use. So first thing, store data using spreadsheet. Okay. So what is that electronic spreadsheet I said? So here we just open Excel. So in the search bar, you can find Excel program, and this is the icon for Excel, which shows X. And now this is the latest that for 2016, this is the icon. You select this program. So if this software is installed in your system, which you can, once you type in the search bar, you can find this program. So this is your first window of MS Excel, which have with the left side, you can see file, that is all file operations, new, open, save, save as. And here you have new with that blank is there, and something which is called templates, predefined documents. If I want to have a model, like I want to get a model of invoice, I can go to templates. So we'll see that. Before that, I want to just look at the screen, what is called spreadsheet. So I just select blank workbook. So now Excel is opened with spreadsheet. So now I'm getting here sheet 1. This is called spreadsheet. So spreadsheet is made up of, it is organized with the rows and columns. And this is the place where I can start entering my data, that is called cell. Now I'm in the first cell, A1. So electronic spreadsheet. Spreadsheet means the sheet which is made up of rows and columns. In this sheet, I can organize my data like in table form. Let's say here, I just start typing, for example, roll number, then I give a heading, student name. So between the cell to move, I'm just using tab key. Okay. So if you want to come down, you can press enter or just use tab. So if the data is right, it will present there and you can move on to next cell. So now I just adjust the margin of that cell to fit my column. So everything you will be learning. So here I give here, for example, student name, course, then I'll say your average marks. So I wanted to maintain the student data. So I'm going to do autofill with the numbers. So I'm just showing how easily you can fill up your information. So confirm or write and confirm to next cell, I'm using enter key here. Okay. Then the courses I'm entering. So you can see once I start the clue, it's automatically giving the suggestion. Already BSc is entered, so it's automatically giving. So if I say BC, so BCom is coming automatic. So I can confirm. So it's automatically give the suggestion. Once I start the whichever, see, if I already Kiran is there, if I say KI, I will get the suggestion. So Kiran, if I want to reuse it, I can press enter. I can go to the next entry. Okay. Now I just double click on the margin so I can fill up my data. So writing data into the spreadsheet is very simple and it's very easy. You can quickly present your data. So now this Spreadsheet is capable of storing data in form of rows and columns. This is like the rows are numbered 1 to 3 and columns are named with like A, B, C, D, like the alphabets will be used. And here you have a columns like you have around 10 lakh 48,576 rows. This is the capacity of one sheet. So you can store huge amount of data. Okay. So control plus home button, if I press immediately, I'll go to my first cell, or I can use control G, A1 if I type. Okay. I'll tell you all the shortcuts. Okay. So this is, we call it as electronic spreadsheet. The spreadsheet is made up of rows and columns, and you can store huge amount of data. I showed you here now around 10,48,576 rows. That is a capacity of one worksheet. Same way, I have 16,384 columns. So you can see the right side. The columns are marked as alphabet A to Z, and it's continued like you see A, B, B, like this. It's keep on going until XFD. So last column will be XFD, which you can see on the screen. It's XFD. So first column starts from A and the ending of a column is XFD. So it's around 16,384 columns, 10,000, 10,48,576 rows. So which you can see down, 10,48,576 rows. This is the capacity of one sheet. Like this, I can store, there is no limitation. I can add any number of worksheet, n number of worksheets. It depends on your hard disk capacity. How much memory you have, that much data you can store. So I can tell in Excel, we can store huge amount of data using spreadsheet. So you can say in Excel, we can store the data using spreadsheet. So here I'm writing a worksheet contains 10,48,576 rows, comma 15,000, sorry, 384 columns. Okay. So this is the capacity of one worksheet. So like that, user can create any number of worksheets. So, okay. So that's how I can store my data. And second thing, here, after adding my data, I wanted to perform calculation on it. So here, if I want to do calculation, I can easily do the calculation using various formulas and functions. So here I'm using sum function just to find sum of that marks. So I got here sum of D2 to D10. D2 is the starting cell address. D10 is ending address of this particular range. So where I have average marks, it's automatically got selected. So I used some shortcut key, that is Alt and plus symbol. Immediately I got sum function. So you will be learning. I will be giving the shortcut keys also. Okay. So now how fast I'm able to do the calculation. Not only this much, you can see I'm selecting this particular range. You can see in the status bar, the average mark, count, and sum of that mark. So you can see below, that means in your window, the bottom area, which is called status bar. It's showing here average 74.4 counting. Now, how many cells I see? If I select one range, it will automatically, if it has numbers, now I'm selecting this 3 cell. You can see here the average is 30.3, count is 391. So how it's a quick formula, quick calculations which you can see in the status bar. So it's very familiar for work to doing calculations. That calculations can be done using formulas and functions. So in your syllabus, you will be learning all like major formulas and functions which we use often. Particularly in 2016, you have around more than 400 formulas. Those are all, it's categorized like statistical, financial, accounting, working with the date and time, working with engineering field, mathematical functions, text functions. So like that, different categories, logical decisions you can take here. That means you can use logical functions. So like this, you have around 400, more than 400 formulas, or actually it's called function, but we say for the term formula also. So we have around more than 400 formulas or functions which I can use to do my calculations applicable for various organization or various industry. Okay, so the most important thing is here, we can store huge amount of data using my spreadsheet. Second thing, we can do all types of calculations. You wanted to do normal addition, subtraction, or you wanted to find out interest, or you wanted to find out the difference, or you wanted to find sum of only the specific data which satisfy the condition, or you wanted to extract your data. One second. Okay. So here we can do all types of calculations using formulas and functions. Okay, so we will be learning different formulas and functions. Okay, so and third is here, you be online for a few seconds. Okay, okay, be online everyone, please. You have to. So I just continue. Okay, so we can do all calculations using formulas and functions. With that, I'll continue. The third one, we can, it's very familiar for creating charts and graphs. So here, graphical representation of data is called as graphs or charts. So the graphical representation of data is called as chart or graph. See, immediately you can see here, just an example purpose. I wanted to get a chart for, I want to see the marks. I want to analyze the marks. So I just select here name, and I select marks of the students. So I'm using control key for selecting different range. Okay, I mean to say here this what I selected, B1 to B11, D1 to D11, which I wanted to represent through one chart. So even the roll numbers or averages are appearing, no roll number. Okay. So this will change it. The data, if we selection, if we change, automatically the chart will also be changing. So now for each student, we are getting the like the sim by using this chart. I can easily find out who's getting more, who's getting less. So 1000, for example, 1002, this student mark is low, that is it is in the range of 40, and which students is scored highest. So I can easily see then the data, go through the data. If I give picture, I can easily analyze, I can easily understand the growth or the uh, it's increased or decreased or what's happened. So this analysis will be easier. So Excel is familiar for creating charts and graphs, which I can use in my meeting or in to represent. If I want to do the comparison, I want to show you this is what happening rather than data. If I show through chart, it will be easy to communicate. So here plus we have various tools which is used for data comparison and data analysis. So like you will be learning pivot table, you will be learning consolidation, what if analysis, solver tool, goal seek. So we'll be introducing one by one in the every class. So we use various tools in Excel for doing data comparison and data analysis. So analysis in the sense I can check the actual process, what's happening, why we are getting less sales, or why it's the problem is arised, and who are all involved in this, and where I'm getting more sales, where I'm getting less sales. So if I'm able to do all this, all the parts of this analysis, it's I can use easily, or I can best way I can use Excel. Okay, next. So I said um, in Excel, after presenting my data, once is I can organize, I can present. So then presentation means MIS reports. So as you are aware of your commerce students, so you know what is management information system. So if you are like for the business, from the actual process, if I present the data, what's happened, what's going on. For example, in a simple way, today how many students are attended the class, if I give a report to my college or to your college, so that is one report. Like that, in every process, every business organization, there will be sales, purchase, production, labor management, costing. So for all, you have to give a report, so that that report, by seeing that, they will come to a decision, or they will analyze the problem to solve it. They can take decisions based on the report. So all this I can do using Excel. So in Excel, I can present my data the way how I want, or the way how the management needs, for analyzing, for taking decision, for the comparison, to solve the problems. For all, I can use Excel. So this is the major thing what I can do in Excel. Excel have a spreadsheet. That spreadsheet will allow you to store huge amount of data with numerous rows and columns. And here it's especially you can use it for working with numeric data. And so you can do all calculations using various formulas and functions. Next, here we used to create charts and graphs. And next thing, data comparison analysis. And the final one is MIS reports. So if you have any doubts, you can message me. So it's just a introduction part. So MS Office is an application software. It's from Microsoft company. The founder of the company, he's known very well. That is Bill Gates. His name is Bill Gates. And it's MS Office release is from the year 1987. We crossed with different versions, like starting from uh, MS Office 2, 3, 5, 7. Then we got 2095, 97, 2000, 2003, 2007, 2010, 13, 2016, 19, and 2000. Sorry, after that, the final, like latest release is 360, Office 360. So these many releases are keep on. It's every like still from the year 87, so it's long run, but still they are in market. And it is almost all the desktop users are using MS Office. So which consist of these packages? MS Office consists of MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, Outlook, OneNote, Publisher. So these are all for different, like to consider official activities in an organization. If you go to any organization, any business unit, any kind of organization, there will be a usage of MS Office. Like I said, preparing documents and letters, accounting work, presentation, maintaining databases, then sending and receiving mails, contacts of the uh, clients. You can, in the Outlook, you can maintain all their contacts, address, mail ID, everything you can maintain. And Publisher, you can easily share your office documents. Means MS Office, under MS Office, whatever files you create, like Word file, Excel file, you can share on the online. So on the web also you can work with MS Office files. You can use, like they released for Microsoft Windows, Mac OS, iOS, for Apple computer, and they used for Android. So even like you are, as I said, I can use MS Word document, sorry, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, everything, even in my mobile. So all the releases are available. So you, in your syllabus, you are going to work on MS Office 2016. So we come across various features, and in that 2016 itself have more than 400 formulas and functions. And here in Excel, I said every company are using Excel for generating reports, uh, doing data comparison, data analysis, for all these reasons. Plus, in MS Office, like in particularly in Excel, we can do automation also. That automation is possible through by using Visual Basic coding. So that is also part of Excel. That means those, like in advanced Excel, we will be working on VBA. That is Visual Basic Application in Excel. So this is comes under advanced Excel. So Visual Basic Application. So it's before it's known with the term macros. So it's for automation, like you can do programming in MS Office, like particularly with Word, Excel, PowerPoint Access, you to carry some repeated task for automation. Automatically, it should do some task uh, which consumes more time, that you can uh, solve by writing programs. That program units are called macros. So to doing automation with MS Office, particularly in Excel, we use macros. And from 2007 release, from Office 2007, so particularly Excel 2007 onwards, this VBA is released, Visual Basic Application. Means I can write programs into that. So at the end of that your module, you will be working on macros. So this is more, you like it's there is more requirements for VBA developers, or in big business unit or enterprises based organization, there is a requirement of VBA. Then only they can solve all their requirements. Okay, so these are all the things, uh, it's a introduction about Microsoft Excel. So now I have to talk about the parts of your Excel window. Okay, now you can see, how do you open Excel? So from your system, start button, if the software is installed, then once you start typing Excel, you will find that icon, that app will be visible. You can select and it gets opened. So this is your starting screen of Excel window. So this is, we call it as an interface. In this interface, just click on blank workbook. So now you are into the Excel workbook. So you can, little bit I minimize. I want to show you full thing. So now if you see in this window, as soon as I say new, I'm getting a blank workbook. So empty workbook I will get. So previously it is book 1, now it is book 2. So in Excel, what I define, it's called workbook. So any doubts, you can message me. I give my mail ID. So in further classes, any doubts, you can mail me. I just clear your doubts. Okay. So as we cannot communicate, any doubts, further doubts, if you have, please message to my mail ID. Okay. Fine. Now in Excel, the file which I create, we call it as workbook. So what is workbook here? So workbook file contains collection of worksheets, contains collection of worksheets and chart sheets. Okay, so here if you go, now I'm getting by default one sheet. Using this plus symbol, I can keep on adding any number of sheets. Plus, if I go to insert also, I'll get chart sheet. So these are all what we say, templates. So you will be learning all those things, how to use this template. If I want to get one sales report, ready-made report will be there. I can just update my data. So worksheet and chart sheet plus macros. Okay. So the default a workbook can have the minimum quality feature is worksheet and chart sheet. Later on, when you do for automation, when you go for advanced level macros, you can add a templates. So all the things you will be learning. So now this is how you will add a sheet. So the book, so here the file which we create is called workbook. The workbook can have collection of worksheets. There is no limitation much as many sheets you can add. Like for every month you can use one sheet, or every day you can use one sheet. So it's your choice. So a workbook contains a collection of worksheets and chart sheets. Now I said worksheet, which is also known as spreadsheet. So this worksheet is made up of rows and columns. So it contains, or it is organized with rows and columns. Okay. So here, the row is represented, or it is identified using this. Now I'm selecting this full, we call it as a row. So the row is identified by using numbers. Columns are identified. Now I selected column B. So this vertical area is called column. This horizontal area is called a row. So where a row and a column meets, that particular, like this, now this rectangular region, now it's marked with the green active cell. Now this is, we call it as a cell. So the where the column and row meets, that junction is called a cell. So this is your actual area to type your data. If I want to enter a data, let's say I want to enter Excel. So I start typing here. Once I wanted to confirm, now I'm in editing mode. I'm still writing mode. So once I press enter for confirmation. So in a cell confirmation, you have to press enter. So the data is stored over there. Suppose I wanted to change to MS Excel. So move the cursor again, use F2. Okay, the function key you have at the top row of your keyboard, press F2, then you can place cursor at the beginning. So now I'm directly editing through the formula bar. So I'll say here, I wanted to write MS hyphen Excel. So any editing work, you have to press first F2 to the cell, then you start editing the data, or else the data will be overwritten. For example, I have your NICT. So now if I want to change N as capital, so without editing mode, F2, if I don't press, if I start N, the data will be, so before the whatever text I have written is gone, means it's in overwriting mode. Every time you want to update the data in a cell, press first F2, then start editing. Okay. So I have to use here first function key F2, then I can move the cursor around the cell to edit. So whichever things I want. So I have updated now. This is how you can edit, and this is, we call it as a cell. How you can identify a cell? So a cell has the name, which is, you can see in the left side, D4, which is called cell address. D is a column name, 4 is the row number. So this a cell is referred as D4. So we call it a cell address. So every cell has its own address. The address is formed by the corresponding row and the column name. Okay. So every cell, if I point this rectangular area, now I'm in H column name is H, row is 5. So I can address it H5. H5 is a cell address. Why I should address it? For example, I enter a data here. If I wanted to get them calculated, so I use here a formula A1 plus A2. Now a cell address is important for me to refer in a formula. Once I add it, I get it sum. So once I refer cell, anytime if I change the value, my total get automatically updated because I used cell address. I used A1 plus A2 equals A1 plus A2 means you are telling evaluate A1 plus A2. So it's every time whenever you update the value, automatically the formula get evaluated automatically. So it's getting updated. But if I don't use address, if I mention directly 52 plus 100, this is also fine. But if I do changes over there, that will not reflect because you didn't refer address. You are referred constant value. So every time 52 plus 100 will be constant. So if I enter data in a cell, automatically it should reflected. Then I need cell address. Okay. So in worksheet, the data can be organized with rows and columns. So what is here now cell? Where row or interjunction of a row and a column forms a cell. A cell referred in a formula using cell address. So make a note of these information. So cell address, usually cell address is formed by row first column name will be addressed, then row number. So every cell, the rectangular area in your worksheet. So now this is a cell. So how do I address this cell? If it is, once you activate a cell, automatically that column and the row will be in a different color. You can see that gray color, little bit dark color. So I can easily identify it is D9. So every cell address is formed by column name and row number. This you have to remember. And here, if I select one range, for example, I'm selecting this 2 cell. This is called a range. So I can say I'm selecting. So this selected region in the worksheet is called range H4 to H8. So which we call it as a range. So what is range here? Group of cells. So it can be adjacent or non-adjacent. It can be very near or different location also. So group of cells are called as a range. So the range is formed by uh, or the range can be represented by starting cell address. So let's say H4 to H8. So now this is example for range. So I wanted to know from any of you, is it you are able to follow? Any doubts? Anybody have doubts? Because everything from one side communication. So please, you can inform me. Nandita, okay. Anybody else have a doubt? You can just message me. I will clear it. Geeta, Fatima, Gauhar, Lavanya, Nandita, Neha, Ranjini, Sahana. Anybody have doubts?
No, ma'am, no doubts from our side.
Okay, ma'am. Fine. Okay. So if anything, please let me know. Okay. Next thing.
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah, fine. Now, yeah. So we were said about what is worksheet. So the sheets, the group of sheets will form one workbook, and the group of collection of, like, in a sheet you are, it's made up of rows and columns, that is called spreadsheet, we say. It's exactly considering accounting sheet they have prepared it. And this is the rectangular region which currently I activated is F6. This is our active cell, so where that you can enter your data. And it's every cell have a address, which is, we call it a cell address, and the group of cells we call it as a range over here. Okay. So now, so this is about um, workbook, worksheet, cell, and arrange. This is just a what your working area I've said. So before this, we come across, like, in Excel, the file which we create is called workbook, I said. When I try to save my file, like now whatever I entered in this sheet, so whichever is unwanted, I am going to remove it. I just right click on the sheet. I'll use delete. Now it's roughly we entered some data. If I want to save this, so I'll be try to save. So first time when you save a file with a new name, you are entering, you are going to give a name for the file. So it's used, you can use save as, or the shortcut key I can use F12. So where you want to save your file, you can browse it. So usually you can try to save in your system like desktop or drive, you can choose. And I select here, you can see here save as type. So this is what I'm going to tell now. This is file formats. Okay. So 1 second before that, I just to take the attendance. So those who are in this list, I'm going to take. Yeah. Let us continue. So here, now, if I try to save the file, let me explain this file formats. And before that, we need to cover one more thing, that is parts of your Excel window. So as I introduced worksheet columns and rows and other thing. So now you can see in this window, the first portion which shows book 1 and Excel. This is called title bar. So I just make a note of your parts of Excel window. So in this interface, first what you can see is called title bar. So title bar shows name of the file and name of the program. At the top of it, you can find out name of the file and name of the program. So name of the program is Excel, name of the file right now it is book 1. So still I have not yet saved that. So default name for the book is book 1. Okay. So once you save it, then automatically the name gets changed. And the left side at the top corner where I move mouse. So here this region is called quick access toolbar. So among the given commands, like what are the commands are there in Excel, all these commands in that, some of them we use very often, like we use regularly or repeatedly. So which some commands like undo, save, open, redo, mail. So some of the commands I may use frequently, that I can give it in quick access toolbar. So the top left corner, which is we consider as quick access toolbar, which can be customizable. You can organize what are the tools you want, what are the commands, or what are uh, the repeated used tool you like command you want. You can present over there. You can customize it. I will tell you. Okay. And the next thing, right side as usual for every window, minimize, maximize, and close button that will be there. And below this, you have tabs and ribbons. So here, tabs and ribbons. So home, insert, page layout, formula, data, these are all called as tabs. Once you click on the tab, any of the tab, the option below which is appearing, we call it as a ribbon. Okay, so this full region, this gray region, which shows all the options. Now home, if I select, it's showing paste, bold, italic, underline, and conditional. So these, each one we call it as commands, and this full area we call it as ribbon. Insert, if I click, insert ribbon. Page layout ribbon. So now I'm in home. So first it's open with, like default, it will be in the home ribbon. Okay. So, but this is menu, file or home menu, we'll say this is file menu, that file operations. Normally new, open, save, save as, these are all comes under file. And all the formatting, alignments, which comes under home. Whatever you want to insert, like pivot table, chart, hyperlink, these are all comes under insert. The layout of a page, like margins, paper size, if you want to take printout of your worksheet, you will be using page layout. And Excel is familiar for formulas and functions. So all the built-in functions are present in this category, that under formulas. Okay. Then data tab. So all the data analysis, data comparisons, this I can do using, I can perform using data ribbon. Then review. So there is reviews for verifying, like review your worksheet, protecting your worksheet, check spelling and grammar. So all this I can use a review. Then view tab. So in view tab, when you are working with the workbook, how you can make view of your workbook so that it is easy to edit, easy to print, easy to read. So for all I can use views. So we can say here, these are all tabs: home, insert, page layout, formula, data. These are all called tabs. Below these tabs, the options, we call it as ribbons. Inside the ribbon, the commands are organized into groups like font group, alignment, number, style. This we call it as group tab. So tabs, ribbons. Inside the ribbon, commands are organized as group tabs. Below this tab, you have address box, where you can see, or we can say name box or address bar. So which shows address of a cell or the user defined name of a cell. So right now, the cell what you select, that address will be visible in that name box. So it's showing B9, so it's a name box. And next to the name box, right side, you can see which is called formula bar. So once you select a cell, what is the content on the cell, it will show, or if you have a formula, the formula is visible in that cell. Okay, so which is called formula bar. And below the formula bar, we have all column names, and you have row numbers. So below that, your worksheet. So this is your working area. So left side is name box. So other thing you will come to know, but this is, we call it as name box, address, formula bar, then column names, row number, tabs, then your worksheet area, which is made up of cells. Then below of your worksheet, you can see sheet tabs. So how many sheets you add, all the sheets you can see, you can rename it, you can add, delete, move, copy, hide. So everything is possible. You will be learning throughout your class. Now, this is, we call it as sheet tabs. And right side of this, you can see scroll bar, horizontal scroll bar and vertical scroll bar. And below that, you have status bar, the last one under in your window, the bottom area, which is called status bar. Once you select your range, which have numbers, you can see quick formulas over there, which shows the average, count, and sum. So normal statistical calculations, which is visible for a selected range if it contains numbers. And next to that, you have view tools, zooming tools. Okay, we can zoom it when you are editing, we are reading, writing. So at that time, so standard is 100%. Minimum you can view by 10%, maximum you can go up to 400. So normal is 100. Okay, so this is parts of your window: title bar, quick access toolbar, tabs and ribbons. Fourth one is name box, then formula bar, then column name tab, and row number tab. Then your worksheet area, where you will actually type. Then below that, you have sheet tabs. We have scroll bar to navigate your working area. If you have filled more, you can scroll and see the content. Then below that, you have view tools. I can view my worksheet in different view, like how it comes in printout, how I can edit. So that views we'll be learning. This each one we call it as like normal view, page layout view. So this, if I see page layout, immediately the sheet is converted into pages, and how the margins and how the data is present in a paper if I take printout. So I can see exactly the layout of a page. So now this view, before we were in normal view. So this is called view tab. And right side, what you have is called zooming tool, which you can zoom to highest level 40 for 400% to least is 10%. Okay. So any doubts with the parts of the window, you can ask me. And here, when you place a cursor on a particular button, it shows some tool tips, like what is the purpose of it, or if there is a shortcut key, it shows the shortcut key, or just explanation of the particular command. So why I'm using, so what it contains. Okay. Fine. So I hope that you are understood what are the features of Excel, what you can do with Excel, and where you can use Excel, and parts of the Excel window, and what is called electronic spreadsheet, and what is workbook. So regarding these terms, any doubts you can ask me. So this is your first class. So already you may attended any other classes regarding MS Office or Excel. Okay. Nandita, no. Okay. You are not attended. Fine. Ribbon means this one. See this below the tab, like below the home insert. Once I click, this full region is called ribbon. Okay. So where you can see clipboard, font, alignment, number. So this region is, we call it as ribbon. So once I select insert, now I'm getting insert ribbon. So inside the insert ribbon, the horizontal area which shows all the commands is called ribbon. This ribbon consists of tabs, group tabs, like tables, illustration, add-ins, chart, sparkline. So this, we call it as group tab. Now I can say clipboard is a group tab, font is a group tab, alignment. So in the home ribbon, I have all these group tabs. Okay. And here inside, what we have is called commands. So when you are learning a package or a software to uh, complete your task, if you know the shortcut keys, if you know how efficiently, if you use that tool, you can save your time. In that manner, you have to learn. Okay. And make use, it should not consume your time. So how fast you are able to type, you can format, you can align, you can edit, you can do calculations, or you can prepare reports, or you can analyze. So all the thing for that, you have the easiest way to, or what we say, the effective way you have to find out, and you have to use it. Okay. So we'll be introducing even shortcut keys to do all your work. So today, the beginning class, so I said editing of a cell using F2. Editing means, you know that already the data is present in this cell. I wanted to add some more content to this cell. Directly, if I start typing, the data will get automatically overridden. So I should, if I type word, that previous text what is there is automatically deleted. So if I type access in that place, word will get deleted. Suppose I want access comma word. So use function key like for F2 for editing, then move your cursor inside the cell, type what you want. Okay. Or directly, if I wanted to edit it, you can click on the formula bar. So every time, no need to go to formula bar, click there, type it. So instead of that, press F2 for editing a cell. So please make a note of that. F2 is for editing a cell. So any changes for the content, I can use editing a cell. Okay, I just randomly ask some question. Sanjay, can you answer me through chat box? What is called a range? Sanjay, you please must just answer in the chat box. What is a range? So those who are attending the class, if you have any problem or I have to uh, explain still with more explanation or I have to speed up, so you can tell me that we can make it so that you can learn better things from NICT. So I asked for the question for Sanjay about what is range. Still he didn't answer. Are you there? Fatima, can you answer my question? What is a range? Okay. Group of cells is called a range. Correct. So now if I just select
Collection of cells is called range.
yeah, good. So now if I just form, this is one, I say here I19 to K27 is called a range. So why I should do, I should use range here. Once I take auto sum, alt plus, you can see here in this formula, how it's mentioned, sum of H4 to H8. So H4 to H8 is called a range. So whenever I want to calculate with a group of cells, then I should use a range address. Okay, so this is important for further when you are using formula. Okay, so what is a basic difference between, I said formula and function. What is formula and function? See, I'm just typing randomly numbers. I can get sum by using by writing even three cells. I said H24, H25, and H26. Now this is called formula. And what is function? If I use sum of, same, from this cell to this cell. Now this is what I'm writing now, sum of. This is called function, which means it's predefined. It is already predefined with the name and it's defined with the task, what it has to do. So sum is for finding total and what are the arguments, possible arguments, everything is already predefined and it has defined with some task. So for us, it's for finding sum. So this is called function. But what I have written, this is called formula, which if it is you write your own expressions by using arithmetic operators, then that's called formula. But here what we have done, it's called function. So functions are which is predefined with some name and task. It has defined with its own task and even the arguments. So now in some function, you are using H24 to H26, we say range, but it is an argument for that function. So in that, there is some rules like arguments. If I say what and all I can pass as an argument. For example, in sum, not only range, I can directly type some numbers. Sum of any function, you know, f of x, like that, any function which start with name and parenthesis. So inside you pass your arguments. Now I can directly type my arguments. So this is also valid for this function. It's not only range. So I can give this, or I can give the combination of a range, cell address, or constants also. For example, I'll say here sum of, I take one range. For example, from here to here, comma. I take only one cell. There is no number, J18, we'll fill it later. And I can give the combination of values. So now, so in J18, I'm going to fill some data. So now you can see the sum function, which is with a different combination, like range, single cell address, and directly some numbers. So these are all, like already they have given, if these are all the valid parameters, if you give, it can do. Okay, so your functions are predefined with the task, and it's defined with some name. I'm supposed to use the same name, and it's defined with valid arguments. If I give in that manner, that task will get completed. So sum function, you know, it's for finding sum of numbers in the range or cell address or the given direct numbers. So in this, what if I give, it becomes wrong. Suppose where I enter some text, for example, I write over here Excel. So now in this formula, I referred even J8, but J8 consists of what? Excel. So how it can find the sum along with numbers? So it will ignore automatically. So this is invalid. So sometimes, so like in this case, now in these versions, it will not show the error, but in before, if there is a text is involved, then it will show the error messages. Okay. So when you are learning these functions, you should know what is the name of the function, and what are the what purpose I'm going to use it, and what are the possible arguments if I give, it will work. So everything, so slowly will be like that, and all we call it as syntax of the function. So if I go through syntax of the function after learning some classes, you will understand better way. Okay, so this is predefined uh, functions, like these are all built in Excel, which comes here in the formulas. You have all the category, like statistical formulas, financial, sorry, uh, even I'm telling for formulas, but actually these are all called what? Functions. Okay, but still we give a heading formula because it should be commonly used by all the users. So if I say technically, the proper word for this is function, and what we write our own is called formulas. This is a basic difference. But if you say formula both, nobody will question you, because both of them are used for calculation purpose, but it's a term. This is what we write manually, what I've written here. This is an example for formula. So for example, I said equal to a1 plus a2 plus a3, or I write here a1 into 5 by 100, like, or if I say a1 minus a2, so with any combination. So these are all example for formulas. So user defined as formulas, which is already predefined, or called functions. So here sum of whatever range you say, that within this range, whatever values are there, it gets automatically totaled. You will get sum. Like if function, I have, later you will be learning, if a1 greater than 35, then I'll say good, or I'll say pass. else I'll say file. So this function will take different number of arguments. So that you will be learning in the class, further class. So these are all predefined already, how to use, what is a purpose. If is basically logical function. So if there is a condition is satisfied, then what do you want to write? If the condition is not satisfied, what do you want to write? That's called logical functions. So like this, we have various categories of functions, and we can customize with our own uh, expressions, that is called formulas. So whether it is formula or function, it must begin with equal symbol, or else it won't get evaluated, right? So if I remove this equal symbol, what happened? It will consider as a text. It won't evaluate this formula. You can see here, it's considered as one text. You have written H2, H25, 26 as text. So when it will get evaluated, Excel will understand, or Excel system interface will realize that if you start with equal symbol, then it will evaluate and give you the result of this formula. So now the cell got result. The formula bar shows formula. Understood? So whether formula or function, it must begin with equal symbol. So in Excel, you want to evaluate a formula, or it could be a function, must begin with equal symbol, or else it will consider that whatever you have written in a cell as a text content. Okay. Yeah. So any other doubts you can ask? So I hope so that you understood what is MS Office. Under that, MS Excel is your syllabus. You are going to learn all the basic and advanced Excel, which will help for your job. So to that extent, we are going to teach you. And Excel is one of the package in MS Office, and it is the package which is familiar for a spreadsheet program. So it's called one of the spreadsheet program, which help us for storing data, presenting data, doing calculations, creating charts, data presentation, comparison, analysis. So every business unit might use Excel. So you will easily find a job once you know Excel. Okay. So along with your specialty, along with your educational qualification, this will help you for getting the job, or once you enter into the job, your work might be easier if you know better. Okay. And it is must also nowadays. And here in your syllabus, you are going to work on 2016. Okay. So make sure. Yes, Pa, you are going to get from NICT, they will give you the certificate. Nandita, yes, Ma, you will be getting a certificate from NICT. Yeah. So either it might be course completion certificate, or along with the exam results. Okay. So I'm sure that you definitely get a course completion certificate. And if they conduct exam, if your college or your people allowed for exams, then you will be getting even marks card. So that will come to know later. So definitely you will get a course completion certificate, in that no doubt. So we are going to travel for around next 18 hours. So we'll be not face to face each other, but still today we have started our class. Okay. So it's just an introduction, and later on you will be knowing better, or you will learn better. Okay. So any other thing, we'll wind up today. So we'll continue next class. So anybody have any doubts? Now I'm seeing only 11 people around this. So they said in your batch around 70, more than 70 members, but I could see only today 11 or 16 members. Okay. So try fine. Any other doubts you can ask me, Pa. Okay. So we'll end up today. Okay. I'll see you on Saturday. So further we'll see on Saturday, okay, how we can make our exercise and what are the assignments I'll give. So we'll be doing everything. So just an introduction part. So from Saturday, your exercise and other things will be started. So I've shared my mail ID, and if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. Fine. See you on Saturday. Bye.